Are you constantly one step late to the ball? Do you feel like your feet are stuck in the mud when your opponent attacks wide? Well, what if I told you that the secret to explosive pro-level footwork can start with unlocking the speed that you already have without spending hours in the gym? In the next few minutes, I'm going to outline a simple two-step system, a kind of lazy way to get faster that will completely revolutionize your speed at the table. Let's dive in. All right, take a look at this. This is the ready position I see all the time at the club level. Standing pretty tall, knees aren't really bent, and the weight is flat on the feet. The problem here is simple. You're not ready for anything. From this position, your muscles are lax and cold, and your body isn't primed to explode. To go from this to a powerful first step takes way too long. That fraction of a second you lose is the difference between ripping a winner and making a weak late block. We're going to fix that right now by making a couple of key tweaks that will turn your body into a loaded weapon, and that begins with step one. Step one is to load the gun. This is all about your ready position, so let's build it from the ground up. First, get wide. Your stance should be significantly wider than your shoulders. This gives you better balance, but also better angles to push off from when you're moving side to side. Second, hinge your hips backward. Don't just bend your knees. Think about shutting a car door with your butt, or imagine a rope pulling your hips straight back. Your chest will naturally come forward over your knees, and you'll feel that tension load up in your glutes and hamstrings. That's your engine. To help you practice getting a feel for this position, add this mobility movement to your warm-up. It's called the founder. It's a great stretch and it will reinforce the exact movement pattern you need for a solid ready position. Finally, you want to get on the balls of your feet, not your tippy toes and definitely not your heels. This makes your feet hot and active. This entire position, the wide stance, low hips that are shifted back, weight forward, this is your loaded gun. You've created the tension needed to explode. So the gun is loaded, now how do we fire it? Well, that's step two, light the fuse. This is the game changer. The key is to perform a small, preemptive bounce as you anticipate your opponent's shot. It's not a big jump, it's a quick, light bounce. Sometimes it may even just be a dropping of your center of gravity a bit, depending on the dynamics of the rally. Why does this tiny movement make you so much faster? Well, two reasons. First, remember the first law of physics. An object at rest will remain at rest, and an object in motion will remain in motion. By initiating your movement with a tiny bounce, you've already broken inertia. Second, and this is the cool science part, you're using the stretch-shortening cycle. Think of your leg tendons and muscles kind of like a rubber band. When you land from a small bounce, the tendons stretch. The instant you push off, they snap back and release a ton of free elastic energy. This is what plyometrics is all about, and it's the key to explosive reactive power. You're literally loading the springs in your legs. If you'd like a drill to practice that, try these low-ceiling ready position leaps. They're submaximal and are a little exaggerated compared to what you do in an actual match, but they'll help you build up your capacity and drill some muscle memory there. Regarding the exact timing of this bounce, ideally you want to be landing just as you figure out where the ball is going so you can immediately use that energy to push off and accelerate in the right direction. Often this will involve you initiating the bounce sometime around when the opponent begins their swing, but table tennis is so fast-paced, there are a lot of factors at play here, and how close or far you are from the table will affect the timing in a big way. Ultimately, the goal is to drill the habit of active bouncing feet. The precise timing will become intuitive with practice and is something you can refine with your coach. So let's recap this two-step fix for God-tier footwork. First, you load the gun by having a good ready position. Nice wide, low athletic stance, hips back, weight on the balls of your feet. Second, you light the fuse by having a small little bounce in between your strokes to use your body's natural springs for explosive movement. See, no extra sprints, no heavy weights. We're just unlocking the speed that you already possess with smart, efficient technique. Now, mastering this lazy method is great, and as you try to implement it, you'll probably find it's not actually very lazy. You have to be very active throughout your rallies, and that takes a lot of discipline and practice, but it's lazy in that you don't have to do extra work outside of your table tennis specific practice really to make it happen. But if you really want to take things to the next level, make sure you click this video right here, because in it, I'm going to outline exactly how you can upgrade your legs to actually be stronger, faster, and more powerful. And if you do these two things, I guarantee you're absolutely going to revolutionize the way you can move around the court, and you'll become one of the fastest players at your club.